have spent my entire life either at the schoolhouse, on the way to the schoolhouse, or talking about what happens in the schoolhouse. Both my parents were educators. My maternal grandparents were educators. And for the past 40 years, I've done the same thing. And so needless to say, over those years, I've had a chance to look at education reform from a lot of perspectives. Some of those reforms have been good, some of them have been not so good. And we know why kids drop out. We know why kids don't learn. It's either poverty, low attendance, negative peer influences. We know why. But one of the things that we never discuss, or we rarely discuss, is the value and importance of human connection. Relationships. James Comer says that no significant learning can occur without a significant relationship. George Washington Carver says all learning is understanding relationships. Everyone in this room has been affected by a teacher or an adult. For years, I have watched people teach. I have looked at the best and I've looked at some of the worst. A colleague said to me one time, they don't pay me to like the kids. They pay me to teach a lesson. The kids should learn it. I should teach it. They should learn it. Case closed. Well, I said to her, you know, kids don't learn from people they don't like. She said, that's just a bunch of hooey. And I said to her, well, your year is going to be long and arduous, dear. Needless to say, it was. Some people think that you can either have it in you to build a relationship or you don't. I think Stephen Covey had the right idea. He said you ought to just throw in a few simple things, like seeking first to understand as opposed to being understood. Simple things like apologizing. You ever thought about that? Tell a kid you're sorry, they're in shock. I taught a lesson once on ratios. I'm not real good with math, but I was working on it. And I got back and looked at that teacher edition. I taught the whole lesson wrong. So I came back to class the next day and I said, look, guys, I need to apologize. I taught the whole lesson wrong. I'm so sorry. They said, that's okay, Miss Pearson. You were so excited. We just let you go. I have had classes that were so low, so academically deficient that I cried. I wondered, how am I going to take this group in 9 months from where they are to where they need to be? And it was difficult. It was awfully hard. How do I raise the self-esteem of a child and his academic achievement at the same time? One year I came up with a bright idea. I told all my students, you were chosen to be in my class because I am the best teacher and you are the best students. They put us all together so we could show everybody else how to do it. One of the students said, really? I said, really? We have to show the other classes how to do it. So when we walk down the hall, people will notice us. So you can't make noise, you just have to strut. And I gave him a saying to say, I am somebody. I was somebody when I came. I'll be a better somebody when I leave. I am powerful and I am strong. I deserve the education that I get here. I have things to do, people to impress, and places to go. And they said, yeah. You say it long enough, it starts to be a part of you. And so, I gave a quiz, 20 questions. Student missed 18. I put a +2 on this paper and a big smiley face. He said, Miss Pearson, is this an F? I said, yes. He said, then why'd you put a smiley face? I said, because you on the roll. You got 2 right, you didn't miss them all. I said, and when we review this, won't you do better? He said, yes, ma'am, I can do better. You see, -18 sucks all the life out of you. +2 said, I ain't all bad. For years, I watched my mother
Okay. So what do you think? What is the video all about? What stood out from the video to you? Let's write down in the chat section, and let's write down that champion in our life who made a difference in our lives and what was their superpower. Humorous teacher. Okay. Connect with the learners. Absolutely. The relationship, building of relationship. The best part of what she said was children don't like to, learn from the people whom they don't like, isn't it? Student needs to like a teacher to learn anything. Yes, Purnima. Student needs to like the teacher. This is what we are going to do in today's session as well. We are going to learn to build relationships with the student as well as the parent, so as to make sure that the student is trying to learn and not be, constantly getting instructed by the teacher. Yes. Kids don't love the people they don't like. They don't learn from the people they don't like. Okay, so coming back to my slide, sharing your of the class, be on time, participate actively, yes, of course, or be open to learning and keep taking notes. Now, this is our day 2 agenda. We are going to observe a senior demo class. How is a senior demo class taken? Now, please do not get confused between senior and adult. Senior starts from class 4 to class 10. Use, of course, it also affects, it also depends on the level of competency of the child, of the student. And in the second half, we are going to learn about how to use body language and voice to build relationship with the students. And then the closing. So today's objective would be for you teachers, you are going to identify and analyze different teachers' actions which enables relationship with students. Okay, across the different pillars. What are the different pillars that we discussed yesterday? We discussed mainly about body language, confidence, voice modulation, thought structure, and fluency, right? And in the second half, we are going to master the skill of building relationships with students by using effective body language and voice. Great. So what do you think? Which hats will we be wearing today? Mentor, all three. Mm-mm. Learner, no, okay. Not learner. We are going to learn, of course, but as a teacher, which hats would we be wearing? Facilitator, yes. Mentor, yes. Not influencer, because today we are not going to talk about the influencing or the impacting the decision of the parents. Okay, so we are only going to discuss, I told you, the first 40 minutes of the class, 40 to 45 minutes of the class. Okay, great. So we will be wearing the hats of a mentor and facilitator. Influencing will happen when we are going to discuss, yes. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, teachers. Okay, so mentor and facilitator, why? Because we are going to guide the child, and we are going to have mainly the interaction with the child in the first initial 40 minutes. Okay, influencer will happen once we are into the interaction with the parents. Okay, great. And that will happen on day 4. Now, the demo classes that have been designed at Planet Spark have been divided into 3 categories, as you can see. On your screen, the junior category is grades 1 to 3. Senior category is 4 plus. 4 plus, if I say, it should be somewhere around 4 to 10, sometimes 11, 12, but usually we put 11th and 12th in the grown-up categories. Okay. And the grown-up category has two types of demo PPT. Now, senior category has only one PPT. Grown-up category has two PPTs. One is for the basic English and second is for presentation skills. Okay. And the curriculum is also different accordingly. Clear? Now, let's get ready to witness a PS classroom. Are you ready, everyone? Yes, okay. I hope all of you have joined. So 99, okay. That's a good number. Okay, great. Okay, now we are 100. Okay, let's begin. So we are going to focus only on the senior demo today. Tomorrow, we are going to discuss about the junior demo. And on Friday, you have an optional training session for adult as well. Yes, century. Okay. So these are the basic instruction before I start playing all the videos of the teacher instructing the student and, having a conversation, how to build relationship, all those videos of the different parts of the demo. You are going to think in the following buckets. Now, what happens is when we watch from a learner's viewpoint. We are going to be the teacher. So we have to think from the point of view of a teacher, a public speaker, speaking teacher who is trying to give demo classes. So you have to notice the actions of the teacher in the demo class. How will you observe and how will you identify? You can think of three buckets. One bucket can be of body language. What was her body language? How was she, using her hand gestures or facial expressions? Like, for example, there is an example given over here. Like, she gave a big smile and a high five to the student. Shows that she has a good body language and engaging body language. Voice modulation, she used voice modulation to emphasize on various points, on important words. And other things that she says or does in order to build relationships. Like when the student responded, she started appreciating or she validated the student's responses, right? She is adding personal experiences so that the student feels comfortable in the class, right? So the other things that the teacher is doing or saying, that we need to think. And once we are done with all the videos, so one by one, I'm going to show you the different parts of the demo. And with each part finishing, you will be writing your responses in the chat section in this manner only. Her body language, her voice, and the other things that she says or does. Okay. So remember, we are going to do the senior demo. Okay. Um, she was also appreciating the participation of the parents. When did you see the video? Okay. Okay. You must have seen the video. Okay. Great. Great. Wonderful. Sanchita, I would rather request you to try to join on time. Probably now your links are active 5 minutes before. You can join 5 minutes before also. Okay. Some of the teachers had joined. So just be informed. Many of you do not know probably. The links are activated 5 minutes before teachers. Now you can join 5 minutes before also so that you are on time and I can also start the session on time. Okay. Now, yesterday also, I think I discussed this, but still I would like to show you on my PPT, right? And don't worry, you have not missed anything, Sanchita, right? Sanchita, yes. So you have not missed anything. We have just started. Okay. Yes. So identify these actions. Now imagine you are a teacher and you are, either you are observing or you are yourself giving such kind of review or feedback, you can say. She's so nice. Is it a yay or a nay? Think objectively. Do not think subjectively. I'm telling you only focus on this sentence. Is this a good sentence to be said? Nay. Yes. Most of you say nay. Why nay? Because it is. Okay, let me see what answers I get. Okay, it is childish. We should use standard words. Non-descriptive sentence. Yes, it is very, no clarity of thought. Exactly. It's a very generic statement and it's an opinion. Very, very important. It's an opinion. It's not a fact. It's not evidence-based. The feedbacks that we need to give, or whenever we are trying to comment on anything, it has to be backed up by evidences and it should be a fact, not our opinions about the child, right? Our opinions would not be of so much weight. Yes, it's incomplete. Yes, we should always use more effective words with more appreciation. Doesn't explain anything clearly. I was looking for that. It's a very generic response. Like I'm teaching someone and then I told her parents, oh, Maisha is so nice. But yes, of course she is nice, but then it is incomplete, right? Why did you feel that she is nice? Then you might say, okay, what about this? She asked how I was feeling. A yay or a nay? Is it an opinion or a fact? It's a fact. Yes. So probably here I can put a tick, right? Now I want you to think not in a feedback sense. We are not talking about the comprehensive feedback. I'm just talking about just a sentence so that we can get the concept of it. So if you say that she's so nice, it's just your opinion. But when you say she asked me how I was feeling, she's so nice, then it makes sense. You have a proper evidence which supports your opinion. Even if you are saying that, if her, say for example, I'm commenting on her body language, I think her body language needs to be improved. Clueless student and parents, body language needs to be improved. How? Where did you find it? So when she was talking about rainbows, when she was talking about rivers, she could have used her hands and a beautiful, happy facial expression. So I think we can work upon her body language. Now makes sense. Why did it make sense? Because it is not just an opinion. I am pointing out the facts and evidences from the excerpts of her performance, and then I'm giving her the feedback. So this is the same thing that I want you to do all through this session. And I want you to listen to the feedback of the teacher, how she is trying to give the feedback. And when you are giving the feedback about the teacher, that what is her body language, please don't say that, okay, her body language was good. You need to tell me how did you find out that her body language is good? How did you find out that her voice modulation is appropriate? Find out those points, excerpts. Okay, she emphasized on the norms of the class. Okay, she emphasized on particular this word. Okay, so we are not going to just write, oh, she was very nice, she had done a good job, and she has built relationship very well. How did she build the relationship well? Okay, am I clear here? Let me read some chats. Yes, facts based on logic. Uh, okay, very good. Yes, great, great, wonderful. Thank you. So, why did I spend so much of time here? Because this is what you will be going to do, you will be doing in rest of the session when you are observing the teacher. Say, for example, there are 5 parts in a demo. After one part is over, you are going to write in the chat section, how was her body language? If good, why it was good? How it was good? Which part did you find the body language being good? If you are talking about the voice modulation, similarly, you have to exemplify and justify your answers. Okay? Facts which will define what their child knows and how will it be improved. As of today, we are not going to look at the child. We are looking at the teacher. We are observing the teacher, how she is doing and how she is conducting the demo. Okay, make sure that you are not focusing on the child as of now. In your demo, you will focus on your child, but here you focus on the teacher's actions. Am I clear? Great. So a demo class with the student has 5 parts. Remember? Yes, we always provide sandwich feedback, Archana. Very good. So that the parents can also understand the need of buying course for their kids, right? But here we are trying to learn not the feedback for the students. We are learning how to give feedback for the teacher. Okay, so we are going to look at the teacher's actions and then we will decide what kind of teacher actions are enabling her to build relationship with the student. Okay. Context setting. First is the context setting. Second is introduction to PS skills. You can take a note of it if you want. Third is speech delivery. Anyways, you have the presentations, I think, now. Number 4 is writing the speech, or rather, I should say drafting the speech. And number 5 is the final showcase. Now, this is part 1. Now, here you will see some minutes written over here. It's not an exact time which has been given to you. Don't worry, it's like 12 minutes is written, but it won't take 12 minutes. It will take less than that. Maximum, it should be 12 minutes. Don't like spend more time on context setting. Okay, great. So this is part 1 of context setting. Let's watch. Give me a second. Play it from the place.
Okay, amazing. Just allow me a second to share my screen.
Is it audible?
And
Okay. 1 second.
here we go. Yes. Okay. So yes, so I think we're all set. We have joined from laptop. I can see all of you there in one frame. And let's just, ensure that we are there to interact, right? So don't worry, keep yourself off mute. We can talk whenever you have any question. Just feel free to say. Just all of us are only here, so feel free, okay? And yes, so let's get started. So a question for you, Tia, to start with. What do you see on the screen? Can you read this out loud?
Become a confident public speaker.
Wow. And I like how confidently you read it out. Very good. So what do you mean by a confident public speaker, Tia?
Why we mean by a confident public speaker, like we can speak confidently in front of public, in front of everyone.
Yeah, that's correct. Like without any hesitation, and just like when we are there out in front of a public, large audience, then also we can speak. Absolutely. Do you want to become a confident public speaker?
Yes, I want to become a
Yes,
confident.
amazing. All right. So that's why we are here today. And I'm pretty sure that towards the end of the class, you would have created something of your own. We'll come to what that is and also present it in front of everyone. Okay? Yeah. All right. So I know, ma'am, we spoke on phone, right, earlier. So I know you know me. Let me quickly introduce myself for everyone. So my name is Ishita, and I'm your learning buddy, Tia, for today. I will help you learn. We are going to have a lot of fun here today. That's why buddy. And for your parents, I will be helping both of you to identify Tia's strengths today. Okay, like what is it that she already has, and how can we just leverage those skills so that she becomes that confident public speaker? Yeah. And yes, I welcome all of you to this session, and looking forward to have a lot of fun learning time. Two things that I'm going to,
Okay, I'll stop here. So what did you think happened just happened here? The first part where she welcomed the parents to the class. Okay, so I think the whole has been added in one video. So 1 second. So first she welcomed the parent to the class and then she was about to share her norms when I stopped the video. I'm so sorry. I'll again.
Yeah. Okay, you can also attend. A lot of fun learning time. Two things that I'm going to, request all of us here to operate with. Tia, can you read out the first one, please?
Okay. Speak up. Ask, share.
Yes. So what do you think speak up means?
It means that we should speak and interact with you.
Yes, definitely interact with me. And how we will do that is whenever, we have an idea, we will share it with everyone. And wherever you have a question, you want to ask a doubt, feel free to ask it. Or even if not a doubt, you are curious to learn something, then also ask a question. Okay? All right. Okay, and second one, let's ask your mom to read. Yes, Ms. Anuradha, can you read the second one, please?
Second one is high energy. Use hands, face, eyes, and voice at all times.
Yes, thank you so much. I feel like energy in the room is already high, so I'm loving that. Let's, maintain that energy throughout so that we can have all the fun. And one request that whenever we are speaking, you would have seen me that I'm using my hands, I'm making some expressions, right? So whenever we are speaking, I would want all of us to try to use our hands, our face, our eyes, and voice effectively at all times. Can we do that?
Yes.
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 Amazing. Love it. Okay. Okay. Now you know something about me, right? I would want you all to also introduce yourself. So let's try with first Tia. So Tia, here are some of the sentences. You can use these sentences to, share a bit about yourself. And then we'll also hear from your parents.
Okay. My name is Tia Agarwal.
Mm-hmm.
I am 11 years old.
Okay.
I am in grade 6.
Nice. Okay.
In my free time, I I like to do drawing,
Oh, nice. Okay. And
and I like to do Python.
Python. Are you serious? You know Python coding?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm learning it.
Oh, wow. That is so cool. I tried learning coding when I was young, and I was like, oh my God, what is all these things? Sometimes the syntax would go wrong and something or the other would happen. Does that happen with you also? You're like, are you always correct with your syntax, or you're
Sometimes it happens
sometimes it happens? Then how do you solve it?
by rechecking the code again.
Nice. I feel like you must be very patient then, because it requires a lot of patience. And that is also telling me one more thing about you, that you are very careful, maybe, because coding also requires attention to detail. So that's interesting, Tia. Is that correct, Mr. and Mrs. Agarwal?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. See, so something that I wasn't when I was young. That's why I can identify this in Tia. Great. Thank you so much, Tia. Maybe, you can teach me Python, and I can also learn something from you in our classes. All right. Okay. And now I would request both of you, Mr. and Mrs. Agarwal, to also, introduce yourselves and just a little bit about why you are here. What would you want for Tia?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go first. My name is Manish Arya, and I work for Publicis Sapient. I am a tech professional.
Oh,
That's
amazing.
why my daughter has an inclination towards the coding.
I can
Uh,
see where it is coming from.
so I'm here because I want my child to be not just confident in public speaking, but feel confident within, so that she can express herself at any given platform, be it a social platform, be it a chat with friends, and in a social circle or in a small circle, she can express herself freely. I can
Amazing.
help my child by all I know is coding and IT. So all I can help her with that. But certainly, I'm looking forward for you to take care of my child so that she can be confident in the public.
Definitely. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I think, as you rightly mentioned, like these are the skills that are required in today's world. And I really liked how you mentioned, like, not just confidence from outside, but within, and that also means that Tia should be comfortable with who she is and get able to express in the outside world. Amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Manish. And Ms. Anuradha, would you also want to share?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Anuradha, and I am a manager working with a company, and
Amazing.
I'm here because I want my child to become definitely a public speaker, and
Mhm.
yes, she is very good in imagination. So if you give any word to her, so she can express herself. But I want that to explore more in herself. So I can help my child by supporting her in each and everything. So
Amazing.
obviously, being a mother, I can support her. So
That's the biggest thing the parents can do, like just supporting them in whatever they want to be, whoever they want to be. So that's the most important thing. And okay, now I see why she also likes to draw. You said like, she's very creative and has good imagination. Interesting. So wow, Tia, I'm learning so much about you, even when I'm talking to your parents. Great. All right. So let me, also share some quick context. I know both of you were asking that, why you both have to be here. So let me now share the reason. Of course, I said that, we will be having activities where both of you would also be engaged. But at the same time, we will also, like two things that we will be doing specifically for both of you is one, share Tia's unique strengths and future opportunities via Planet Spark. And B, we would also be guiding you on, how can we personalize Tia's learning path. We believe a lot on personalization of the learning process in order to ensure that, whatever that goal that you just shared with me, that you want for Tia, how can we achieve that goal? Yeah, so this is what we will be doing throughout the session. And of course, towards the end, we will have detailed discussion. Yeah. Okay. Any questions so far?
No,
Not yet.
All right. Okay. Okay. And as we begin, so this is another role that both of you would be playing. So Tia, we will be having a lot of activities and games, which I've been saying, right? Now, whenever you feel that you need some help and you are stuck in the game, so you have two lifelines. And who are these lifelines? Can you please read it out?
How to use Lifeline. Your parents are your lifeline. Shout Lifeline whenever you need help.
Yeah, so whenever you are stuck, your two lifelines are present just express sitting adjacent to you. Okay, so your parents are your lifelines today in the game. So whenever you need help, you can choose that, you have two lifelines, and both your mom and dad are here, so you can choose whose help do you want, and they can help you out. Yeah. Okay.
Right. So this was the context setting. So I think you all have written very nicely in your chat. I read most of the chats. She is trying to be precise. She's enthusiastic. She is very energetic, as well as she is trying to connect with the parents as well as the child. She is also equally involving the parents while she is talking. So that is also one a way of greeting. Okay, very good. Positive energy involving the kid and parents. Okay, wonderful. Okay, wonderful. That even got me engaged. Great. That is how the class should be, isn't it? So this is the first part of your demo session. So what are the different parts did you see? In the beginning, you saw the teacher welcoming the parents to the class as well as the child. After that, they had an introduction. They started getting to know each other. And at the end, she shared the norms and the agenda of the class. She talked about the two lifelines. She talked about what we have to do in the class. We have to speak up. We have to question. And we can also give hand gestures if you can hear, or, if you have understood. Smiling is the main function of meeting engagement. Okay, wonderful. Context setting, pleasant energy, empathetic while welcoming. Connect, listen, understand, gratitude, motivate. Good strategy for engagement. Okay, explaining what we are doing, how we are doing, and why we are doing it. Okay, wonderful. Okay. So you must have seen what we are writing here. It should be evidence-based, and those which I just read, you all have made sure that you are not writing opinions about the teacher. You are writing evidence-based feedback, okay, on the teacher. Correct? Very good. So the first part was welcoming the parents and the child to the class, and she shared the norms, how we are going to conduct the class. And then she had an introduction round where she also got the parents introduce themselves. And at the end, she shared the agenda and she created an excitement. So by the end of this session, we are going to have, we are having a lot of fun activities and games which we will be playing in the class. Right. Now, in the beginning, in this previous slide, you must have seen that setting expectations is also a part of the context setting. However, I would like to tell you that setting of expectations can be done in the slot confirmation call itself. Give me a second. Yeah. So setting of expectations can be done in the slot confirmation call itself. Slot confirmation call is done before the demo. You know that, isn't it? I have already explained the process of getting an enrollment. So when you make the call, you have already set the expectations of having both the parents and laptop during the session. Okay. However, there might be some challenges which we might face even after you have confirmed in the slot. Like, for example, the parent has not joined from the laptop. When you have already confirmed in the slot confirmation call and things were positive, I'm talking about those scenarios where things were positive. If the things are not positive, you will come to know in the call itself, and then you can take the call accordingly. And those calls we will be discussing on day 4. So let's not get into if they don't have a laptop, if the parent is not there. So we will be discussing all those things in the slot confirmation call session, not here. Here we are saying that on the slot confirmation call, everything had been perfect. Everything went good. Now suddenly we are facing this challenge after joining in the demo session. Understand the practicality. Now, first, either the parents have not joined from the laptop, which happened here also. I will show you. Second can be both the parents are at home, but one parent is busy. In that case, what can we do? Third scenario can be only one parent is present at home. And fourth scenario can be that parents do not want to sit through the entire class. These challenges could be there. Okay. So let's see one of the scenario when this parent has not joined from the laptop.
Okay. Hi, Tia. Hi. Oh, hi, Tia. I can't see you. Can you please switch on your video?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, hi, Tia. Hi, Ms. Radha. We spoke
Hi,
on.
hi, ma'am. Hi.
Oh, you've joined from phone. Okay. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, first of all, for, being on time for the session. Very glad to see you both. Just one request. Can we, do you have a laptop device at home?
Yes, ma'am, we have, but it is a little busy actually. My younger daughter is doing something on the laptop.
Oh, okay. Is she attending any class or just working on it?
No, just to paint and all, but she's
Oh.
small, so maybe she'll not give.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's why
I
we have joined
understand.
through phone.
Okay, I understand. Though I would have to request you to, please join from the laptop. Reason being that, we will be playing a lot of activities and Tia would have to read out from the slides.
Okay.
So, from
Okay.
phone, it will become very difficult. And also, I would love to see both of your faces, like complete faces. Right now, I can see sometimes half of Tia, half of you. So it would be
Okay.
great if you can, join from a laptop. So it's okay. Take your time. Don't worry, I'm here only. You can go convince your younger daughter. And yeah.
Ma'am, थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है ना उसको मनाना. So, okay, give me just 5 minutes and we'll try to log in through laptop.
Sure, sure. Don't worry. Take your time. I'm here only. Yeah.
Okay. So, हम log out कर दें यहाँ से?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी. आप phone से log out कर दीजिए. You can join again from laptop. Same link.
Okay.
Okay. See you. Yes, I'll wait for you.
Okay.
Oh, great. I see you have joined from phone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Radha. Thanks, Sia. And see, now I can see both of you together on a bigger screen. So, of course, the experience would also be better. So, thank you so much. I hope your younger daughter didn't feel bad that we took the laptop from her.
She is just right away.
Oh, she's there only. Oh, okay. I'll apologize to her later for sure.
No, it's fine.
Okay, great. Okay, I just wanted to confirm one more thing that whether your husband would also be joining us. Like he would.
Ma'am, actually, he is busy with his calls, so
Oh, okay.
अभी possible नहीं हो पाएगा. Can we start? So he will join in between if it is
Um,
possible.
So actually, we will be doing a lot of activities in the session only today. Whenever there are a lot of activities, our class is not just designed for a child. We also try to engage parent. That's one of the reason. And second, it's also an opportunity for both of you to be able to understand that okay, what are Tia's strengths? Because through every activity, we will be also doing a debrief, and through that you'll get to know what is it that Tia is really better.
Okay. So earlier you might have seen that the parent did not join from a laptop. They had joined from a phone. And what do you think the teacher did in this case? Can we write down in the chat? No, it should be here. It's okay. Again, mispronunciations. Vandana? Yes, it should not be here. It's here. Neutral accent. There are accents where here is pronounced as hair. So we will follow the neutral accent. She requested them very pleasantly, requested and patiently waited for them to join back from the laptop. Okay. Convinced, yes, very good. She rationally convinced them with logical reasons. Why? How? So basically, if you say, okay, ma'am, I can see that you have joined from your laptop, from your mobile phone. I would rather tell you to ask you to join from your laptop if you have your laptop. She asked first, do you have a laptop? So she said yes. Of course, these things were already confirmed in the slot confirmation call. Please take that in your note, right? So we will assume that slot confirmation call was already done and everything was positive already there. Now here, when she sees that they are not joining from the laptop, she needs to ask that, okay, what happened? You don't have a laptop as of now. So they said, no, we have it, but we are not able to join from it. So I think this same scenario happened few days back with me as well. And the parent had not joined from the laptop. We need to request them. We know that they have a laptop. We know that they can join. Why not? Okay. Because now, how will you explain them? How do you think will you convince them why laptop is better and not mobile phone? Can you give me some reasons? Okay, we are not getting into if they don't have a laptop. I am saying that in slot confirmation call, Begum Priya, I'm talking to you. In the slot confirmation call itself, it must have been set. The expectations were set, right? In the slot confirmation call itself, you will come to know whether the parents have a laptop or not. If they don't have a laptop, they will tell you. In that case, what decisions we have to take, that I'll discuss. It's challenging to remain cool and not offend them and still persuade them. Okay, no. I am looking for what did she say in order to convince the parent. Okay, very good. Yes, it's difficult to read from a mobile phone. In laptop, we can see everyone. Yes, so for better visibility, you need your hands free so that you are comfortable. So in mobile phone also, you can place it somewhere and you can be comfortable. But yes, bigger screen is one reason. Bigger screen, better visibility, stability, yes, stability, better display, better connectivity, laptop gives better clarity, yes. Yes, Jyoti, exactly, that's what I want you to give me. Give me the reason why laptop is necessary. View is not clear, child can't read well, okay, very good. Because it will be better for the understanding of their kid and for them too. Okay. Better learning and better visibility. So mostly it is better learning and better visibility. This is what you say. Let me share my screen back. So first thing, you can say that the child is required to look from the slides and read from the slides. That is first reason. And in a mobile phone, reading from the slides will be really difficult. It will be very, small. The letters will look very small. Moreover, there are lots of activities where all of them will be participating and hence all of them will not be visible on a phone camera. A phone camera can capture only one or two people together. Also, you will be participating. You can tell the parents that you will be participating and a phone camera will not provide enough space for me to see all of you. Okay. So these points you can tell to the parents. Also, do you know? Yes, Muskan has already written. Yes, there are distractions on a mobile phone. The calls will come. There will be WhatsApp text, WhatsApp notifications. There will be other notifications. And all those notifications will be disturbing. Okay, disrupting the class. Also, the calls might also disrupt the class and the class might get disconnected due to those calls. So these are some of the reasons which you can give to the parent when they ask you why to join from a laptop, why not mobile phone, or why not a tab. So mobile and tab is as good as it's anyways, both are same. Tab might give you a better screen, but ultimately the purpose will not be solved. isn't it? So yes, convincing them to join from a laptop, even the tab will have phone calls, distractions and all. But still, to some extent, tab is okay if they don't have a laptop. Again, I'm telling you, laptop and both the parents is not a mandate, but it's better for the parents to join from a laptop because to have a better experience of the demo class, right? Now, you tell me, say, for example, you want to buy a car and say, for example, you are taking a test drive of Kia Sonet. The Kia person comes to your home, brings the Kia Sonet, and he says, "Sir, you can take a look at this. I can give you a demo of this. But I don't have petrol in the car. I cannot drive it." What will you do in that case? So that's of no use, no. Exactly. How would I choose a car if I don't have a proper drive? I just don't want interiors. Interiors, if my home also has interiors. So that's not enough. So that is the reason why we want them to join from laptop. Now, there are scenarios which I think you all have mentioned. If the parent does not have a laptop at all, which is very, very unlikely in these days, but still, if they don't have a laptop, they only have a mobile and a tab, you have no other option. You have to go ahead with the laptop and mobile. Although saying that, I would also tell you to make sure that you inform the parent about the hazards, or you can say the disadvantages of joining from a mobile phone. Please let them know so that later on they don't say demo experience acha nahi tha and all those things. Okay. Some of the people, they have this habit. So the demo experience was not good. I found that it was very clumsy. Tell them a laptop will give you a better experience. Okay. So yeah, let them have the reason why we want them to join from a laptop and let them decide after that. If they still want to join from a mobile phone or a tab, we really can't do anything, right? Okay. Moving on to the next scenario where both the parents are at home, but the father is occupied in some other work. Let's watch.
Also try to engage parent. That's one of the reason. And second, it's also an
One second.
opportunity for both of you.
अभी possible नहीं हो पाएगा.
See both of you together. Oh, great.
So join from
I see
laptop.
you've joined from phone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Radha. Thanks, Tia. And see, now I can see both of you together on a bigger screen. So, of course, the experience would also be better. So, thank you so much. I hope your younger daughter didn't feel bad that we took the laptop from her.
She is just right away.
Oh,
to
she's
me.
there only. Oh, okay. I'll apologize to her later for sure.
No, it's fine.
Okay, great. Okay, I just wanted to confirm one more thing, that whether your husband would also be joining us. Like he would.
Actually, he is busy with his calls.
Oh,
So
okay.
uh,
Um,
अभी possible नहीं हो पाएगा. Can we start? So he will join in between if it is
um,
possible.
So actually, we will be doing a lot of activities in the session only today. Whenever there are a lot of activities, our class is not just designed for a child. We also try to engage parent. That's one of the reason. And second, it's also an opportunity for both of you to be able to uh, understand that, okay, what are Tia's strengths, because through every activity we will be also doing a debrief, and through that you'll get to know what is it that Tia is really good at. So I think it would be really helpful if both of you are there together. And
Okay.
we will also be, in fact, after able to illustrate the Tia's strengths and everything, we will also be sharing our feedback with her, with like for her, with both of you, and a plan
Okay.
based on her performance, that how can we go forward from here, how can we proceed forward. So it is actually really
Okay.
important for both of you to be there.
Okay. So मैम मैं एक बार देख कर आती हूँ and
Thank you.
I'll.
Sure, yeah, it's okay, we'll wait, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, you're back. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am actually is in the middle of his call, so
Okay.
अब free नहीं हो पाएंगे.
Uh, okay. Do you want to do this like after half an hour? I can, we can again come back in half an hour when he.
हो जाएगा. Actually टिया की एक और class है उसके बाद.
Oh, okay.
हाँ, so
Okay.
it will be late.
Okay.
ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि can we start and he can come in between ऐसा.
Okay. Beginning में थोड़ा हम activity करने वाले थे.
अच्छा.
How much
हाँ,
time will he take?
एक बार check करना पड़ेगा.
Sure, sure. Yeah, it's okay.
ठीक है.
I'll wait. Don't worry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey,
hi.
hello, ma'am.
Hello, sir. How are
Hey,
you?
how are you? All good, ma'am. All good. So do you actually need both the parents here?
Yes, actually, I was just sharing with your wife that there would be a lot of activities that we will be doing where both the parents would also be involved. And secondly, this is an opportunity for both of you to also experience the demo and see how we design the class, and we'll be highlighting Tia's strength as well. So it would be helpful if, both of you are here.
If you take my opinion, ma'am, this is a child's demo. I think she can take it better. I can join at the end, and I've already interacted with you in the beginning. So if
Mhm.
it is okay, I can join back in some time. Is that okay?
I think I'm so sorry. I know, like, I might be asking you to stay for an hour, but it would be
Sure, sure.
extremely helpful. So if you could join.
No worries. Understood, ma'am. I'll be here. I'll
Thank
be
you.
around.
Thank you so much. Maybe you can take a chair and, be
Yeah,
seated.
yeah. I'll still be
Yeah.
sitting.
And I see Tia's sister also. Hi.
Right. So here, what just happened? The father was not in the session, and he was also not agreeing to continue with the session. So this also covers your fourth point, fourth challenge, that if the parent is not ready to sit through the entire class, isn't it? So in that case, what can be done? Nothing can be done. Only one thing we can do as teachers, keeping our our purpose intact. You need to explain them the reason why we need a parent. So what could be the reasons why we want both the parents to join the class? At least if they're available, of course. And why is it that we are trying to reiterate on this particular point every time? So that all are on the same page. Okay, both the parents should know the child. Shivapriya, yes, please unmute. Shivapriya, you can unmute yourself. Shivpriya, in case if you're not able to unmute yourself, please write in the chat section. Yes, Tohit Shri. Yes.
So I feel both the parents they need to be present there in the class because they'll have a broader idea that what is the scope of learning for the child and what are the areas where she can improve. Also, they will get the whole idea and the structure of the whole teaching program so that further if they have any doubts and queries, they will accordingly ask. So if there is a lack of information, then there is going to be a tough task. They will again get back to the same basic question. So it is very
Absolutely.
important.
Correct. Okay, very good. 2 points covered. First, the feedback of the teacher has to be given to both the parents so that they can have an idea of what are the areas where what are the strengths of the child and what are the areas of improvement. And also they get a practical experience of the classes that we are going to conduct. Yes, Sandhya?
Yeah, basically, parents are the first basically investor, if we impress them, we can grab the students and the parents mutually, and they can understand what we are going to teach or what we are going to deliver to the students. Then they can impress, we can impress them to comfortable with our planet spark. So basically it's a we can agree, we can make them agree to our class or our demo session.
You are talking about the influencing part, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I agree partially, yes, to have a good impression on the parent about the
Yeah, basically
classes,
that thing, ma'am.
have a good impression. But convincing part is, I think, the way we teach, no, and the kind of material or content that we share, I think that is more than enough for the parent to get convinced. So in fact, I, as a teacher and a parent also, I am convinced already that the content and the teachers of Planet Spark are so efficient and so effective that the parents should be convinced. If if it has been done, yes, but you need to move in the correct direction. Direction is what? You need to give proper logic. Now, sometimes what is debate? What is persuasion? Persuasion and effective persuasion will only take place when you are logical, when you are able to explain and give reasons for what you are doing or what you are thinking. And if we are not able to explain, like for example, if I say, I tell you to do something and I don't tell you why am I telling you to do something, that will be a question mark in your in your mind, and probably I did not convey it effectively to you. In order to convey things effectively, we need to be clear in our thoughts, in our mind, and our logic. Logic is very important. And when I am asking a parent, because I'm trying to take the parent out of their comfort zone, and it's not like they should be not involved in the class. They go for PTMs in schools. Do you know there is a norm when a child is admitted, both the parents are interviewed in any of the schools, I think, most of the schools both the parents should be there. Even if in the COVID times, I remember I was sitting on my laptop having an interview with my husband about for my child. So those are some of the expectations that are being set by an institution. Similarly, Planet Spark is it's a big institution, and we have certain expectations, and we have these expectations because of some reason. We want you to make an informed decision. We want you to have a practical experience of the classes that we take. You need to understand what tools are we using, what content we are using, and so that it's a collaborative decision of mother and father both. So for that reason, we want both mother and father. Okay, it's not like if the father is there and we are not looking. Oh, father is already there. He will pay for the fees, isn't it? Not because for the financial decisions to be taken. It's because of the involvement of both the parent. In case if the father was there and the mother was not there, if I were the teacher, I would have equally asked for the mother as well. Reason being, not because of the financial decisions to be taken, but to have a cohesive and a comprehensive approach towards the class. Sorry, please keep yourselves on mute. Yes, Nitin?
Okay, I just wanted to check one thing.
Mhm.
There are situations where we have single parents, right?
Yes.
And it is totally like a discomfort zone for a single parent if we are asking for a partner. So in that case,
We are not asking for a partner. Good question.
anyone else is going to join the session. So rather, can we put it across in a way? Are we expecting someone else to join, or it is you and your daughter, son? Can we close that? Or in the form of demo, will they be mentioning
I'll
clearly?
tell
Do
you.
we?
When you make a slot confirmation call itself, right? So there, when you will talk, it's not very professional. It will automatically become very casual. Automatically. Hello, sir. How are you? So I think you have booked a demo for your child, Ayansh, at 6 p.m. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So, sir, would you be joining at that particular time? Yes, I'm free. Okay, so we'll be joining at 6 p.m. Before that, I would like to discuss certain things with you. I would like to know more about Ayansh, like how are his listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills? Does he speak in English with his, family members? How many people are there in your family? There itself, when you probe, no, subtly you will come to know whether there are two parents or one parent, right? And once it happened so that I asked one of the mothers that, so ma'am, would shall I expect both the parents to be joining, like you and your husband as well? So she said, no, ma'am, I am a single parent, so I'll be joining. So will that be okay? I said, yeah, absolutely okay.
Okay.
So
Got it.
when you come to know, even if you ask, because they also know you are not expecting them, they are not expecting you to know that they are single. You have to ask. Once you ask, they will tell you, you say, okay, it's absolutely fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, good question. This kind of situations might arise. Okay, thank you, Nitin. And it is more of counseling than marketing. Yes, absolutely. I think it's not marketing. We are not persuading them to buy something. We are persuading them to have an experience and then take their decisions. We are not forcing them to take the course. We are telling them to see it. That's it. After that, it's their decision. Okay, yes, Prerna? Shonali, yes?
Yeah. Also, I would like to mention, like, I have given a lot of demos during my previous on the app online platform where I was teaching. And I have seen when the parents actually see the demo going on in the background, they may not be even there sitting with the child. Maybe if the child is a little small, then one parent usually sits to make the child more comfortable.
Mhm.
In the first session, when you're giving a demo, the
Mhm.
parents actually want to see the teacher how she's able to bond with the child more than the demo. And that makes, it's like it gives them a very good impression of the teacher with the child. The content is already there, curriculum is there, the way it's being taught, that is being noticed. But I always, in the first 5 to 7 minutes, sometimes even 10 minutes, I try to bond with the child, as in getting to
Absolutely.
know the child, who the likes, the dislikes,
Hmm.
which are the favorite subjects, what are the extracurricular activities they like to do, things like that. So bonding, I feel, at least in the demo, is very, very necessary.
Very
And when the
important.
parents see that, they are like already 50% to 60% convinced that this teacher is good for my child. So teacher
Exactly.
also makes a big difference. I agree that the curriculum has to be good and that has to be imparted in such a way that the parents are impressed. But as you
Absolutely.
said very correctly, more than impressing the parent, you're trying to get the child comfortable so that
Yes,
automatically the parent will become, impressed with you and the curriculum. That's all I
absolutely.
wanted to add to that. It's very
Thank you. Thank you,
necessary to be
Shonali.
bonded.
Exactly, yes. So more than impressing, yes, we want to make them comfortable in the class. Exactly. And the bonding, the building of relationships, anyways, we are trying to learn how to build relationships. That's very correct. Thank you so much, Shonali, for adding that. Yes. And so the queries or challenges that we discussed just now, they are just, the crust of it. There might be many challenges. Now we are dealing with such kind of profession where we will be meeting every day, we will be meeting different types of people. And there will be different scenarios every time. Now, every scenario cannot be discussed. You understand that, isn't it? In a training session, we try to touch up all those challenges which might arise and which are very common. There might be uncommon and unforeseen circumstances that might arise. There you are free to take your decision. Now let me tell you a very important thing. Let me share my slide first. Very important is to explain the purpose for having both the parents or having a laptop in the demo. Always try your job, my job as a teacher, not your, all of us, our job as a teacher is to make sure that the experience that they are getting is the best. And that is why we need to explain the purpose. Why we want both the parents in the class, why we want a laptop in the class. Always explain the purpose, and after that, the decision will be the parents. We really can't do anything. But try to make sure if they have the laptop, why not? isn't it? You will also feel that, okay, they have the laptop, why not join from there? If they both the parents are at home, why not? Please join. Now give options there to them for doing it at some other time, same day only. Okay, try to get it rescheduled on the same day. Try to get it rescheduled on the same day. Why am I telling you this? You will understand when you are getting your products, when you are starting taking demos, then you will realize that one day rescheduling is always better for you. Otherwise, the parents will, keep on rescheduling and rescheduling. Okay. Try to get both the parents, but do not cancel the demo if only one parent is present. Please continue with the demo. Tomorrow, the junior demo that we are going to see, you will see there is only one parent because that was already discussed. Okay. Apart from this, I hope there are no other questions. Will we be taking just demo classes or there will be regular classes as well? Mohit, of course, we are taking demo classes to take regular classes only. Right. In a school, why do we give demonstration? We give demonstration so that we can be hired as a teacher, as a continuous teacher, a regular teacher, isn't it? So similarly, if you are giving demo, you are giving it for regular classes. Okay. Right. Remember, there is a success formula. So there was a research in Planet Spark which clearly told us that in the demo sessions where both the parents were present, laptop was present, and of course SparkX video, which we will be discussing on day 4, 60% upsurge in the enrollments, in the number of enrollments was observed. So there has to be some reason why both the parents and laptop, the importance of these two things have been reiterated. Let's move on to part number 2, and this is Introduction to PS Skills. PS means public speaking skills. Remember, body language, voice modulation, confidence, all these things. Let's see.
Time that
And from laptop.
So I think
I'm here
so we
because
will move on
What I'm
to
trying to say. Question. Give me a thumbs down and
How to play. Speak a sentence in a particular emotion is about showing express.
all of you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So from here, in the second part, that is Introduction to Public Speaking Skills, and this is introduced in a way of a game. Okay, let's see.
Think that you are able to understand me, hear me out properly, then you can give me a thumbs up. And whenever you feel that you have not understood what I'm trying to say, there's any question, then you can give me a thumbs down and I'll pause and we can discuss there. Yeah? All right. Okay, great. Okay, so ready to play games?
Yes.
All of you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I love the energy. Awesome. So the first game is, Tia, can you read out what is the name here?
Emotional request.
Yes, emotional request. And there are a lot of faces on the right hand side. What do
Yeah.
you think this game is about?
I think this game is about showing expressions.
Absolutely, yes. This is the game where you have to show your expression, but there is a twist. Okay, ready for the twist?
Yes.
Okay. So now, can you read out the first 2 instructions as well over here?
How to play. Speak a sentence in a particular emotion.
Hmm.
Use your hands, face, and voice to show that emotion.
Correct. And eyes as well, right? So I want to again say that, we remember our second norm. So we have to always try to use our hands, our face, and Tia, our
And
eyes
voice.
and voice. Yes. Okay. So the twist here is that there would be a sentence. You have to speak that sentence in that emotion only.
Okay.
I will give an example to start with. Okay. And Mr. and Mrs. Agarwal, all of us have to play this. Okay. So are you also ready for the challenge?
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So this is the first sentence. Okay. Sentence is I love going to school. And I'll say happy emotion. All right. So let me now show how I will speak. I love going to school. Okay. Was I happy enough?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So this is how we have to play. Okay. So next, Tia, are you ready? Should we start with you?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sad emotion. Now this could be a bit tough.
Okay.
And your statement is I love going to school.
I love going to school.
Nice. I saw what you did with your eyes, like, just blinked it and like a sigh. I love going to school. But I could also see you were trying to hide your smile. But well done. Good. Nice. Okay. Now let's see how your parents also does it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Angry. Who would want to do this?
Yes, I'm more angry.
Oh, really? Is that so, Tia? Your mom is like she gets angry more than your father?
No, they both equally love me.
Lovely. Nice. Okay.
Both of them are angry people.
enjoying the class.
Yes. Yes.
Amazing. All right.
Actually, he will be the better person to do this.
Oh, really? Wow. Do you want to, Dia? Do you want to do it? Do you want to say? No? Okay. All right. Okay. So, yes, Miss Anuradha, show us your angry face.
So I'm very bad though, but I'll try.
It's okay. We'll try. Don't worry.
I love going to school.
Okay. Now I see why you mentioned that. But nice. I saw you, trying to widen your eyes and trying to bring the angry emotion. I now know why Tia said that no, both of you are like, you don't get angry easily, it seems. So yes, okay. Great. Thank you so much, Ms. Radha. Mr. Manish, are you ready for your statement?
Yeah.
Which emotion do you think it will be?
It has to be happy. I'm always happy.
Oh, okay. I wish that I could have given you the first one, but that one is gone. So let's see which one is the next. Okay. Oh, scared. Okay.
It goes with me actually. I don't love going to school.
Okay. All right. Yes.
I love going to school. That's the best I can do.
I could see, your like face had a little bit of smile because I think again we are doing this activity, but your voice having that quiver, in the voice. So that was nice. And also lowering your volume. Nice. Very good. Right. So Tia, let's do one more. I know actually I had only prepared one for each, but I think we can do just one last one. So I give you confused emotion. Can you try doing it in confused emotion?
Okay.
Think. How do we show that we are confused?
Okay. I think I get it. I love going to school.
Nice. This time you used your hand gestures, like your hands also. I love going to school. Very good, Tia. Very good. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for, participating in this. I hope everyone enjoyed. And that was definitely an emotional performance. So, Tia, who do you think performed the best? Actually, anyone can answer. Tia? Well, I do agree, Tia.
My dad.
Your dad, yeah, he did scared emotion really well. Yes. And what was good? What did you find good when he did the scary emotion?
It was looking like he was really scared. It was not like he was pretending. So that's what I like about it.
And what made you what makes you say that it was looking, that he was really scared?
Because of his face, because he made a face and from his low volume, that's why.
Correct. Yes. And I want you to hold on to that thought. Okay. I'll come back to that response of yours in just a minute. Yeah. So now a question for all of you, and you can use your fingers to show me. Let's use our hands. How many languages do you all know? 3. Oh, wow. All of you know 3 languages. Okay. Yeah. So I know 2. I got to know that you already know English and Hindi. What's the third one that all of you know?
I know French.
Oh, French. Nice. Okay. And what about both of you?
Punjabi.
I know Punjabi and a dialect of Haryanvi also.
Oh, interesting. So it's 4 languages for you.
No, it's a dialect, na. So
Dialect,
we can
Technicality. All right. Now I know why you are into this profession. I can make it. All right. No, just kidding. But yes, great. So definitely you all know 3 languages and definitely a dialect as well. Now, what if I tell you that you also know one more language? What is it, Tia? There are some cues or you can say hint for you over here. These 2 points. Do you want to read these out loud?
Okay. Can you guess the language? You have been using it for many years. This language is more important than the language you speak.
Yes. Which language do you think it is? What were we using?
Your emotions.
So we are trying to express our emotions. And how are we expressing our emotions? Remember, what did I say you to use at all times?
Your hands.
Hands,
your face, your eyes, and your voice.
Yes. So these hands, face, voice, and eyes, what are these? These are parts of your
senses.
And these are your body parts, right? So what do you think the language is? Okay, your mom is going to help you. I think she's trying to help you. Do you want to say it out loud?
Language.
Yes, body language. Yes. So yes, this is the language of body, when we use our face, our hands, and our eyes. Now, do you want to go back to that answer that you gave, that you were able to feel that your father was really scared?
Yes.
Because he was using what?
His expressions, his eyes, his hands, and his face expression.
Yes. So he was using body language, right? Even when you gave the confused expression, you also did like this, right?
Yeah.
And then you were thinking. And how do we know that you are thinking? You were not telling us that, oh, I'm thinking. Tia is not saying that, right? but it was your hand gestures, it was the way you made your expression on the face and your eyes, that told us that yes, Tia is thinking and maybe she's confused. Yeah, so this is the language that we already know. And my promise is that, within 30 minutes, you will be able to master this language. Okay. We'll come back to this promise towards the end of the class. Yeah. All right. Okay. And with that, there are two other things, Tia, that we have to keep in mind to be a great public speaker. Can you read out these two things?
Confidence, how graceful you are while presenting and how much people believe in you.
Yeah. Right. Okay. And second?
Voice, speaking loudly, clearly, and pausing when required.
Thank you, Tia. I think you have been doing both of these really well already. You're very confident while speaking. It seems like, you believe in yourself, and you're also using loud voice. You are not like voice speaking loudly. You're not like, saying it in a very softer voice that others can't even hear. You are very loud and clear. Yeah. So this is something that helps us become a great public speaker. Now, I'll just shift to both of you, Mr. and Mrs. Agarwal, that why do you think, these public speaking skills are important? And we should focus on, say, body language, confidence, and how we use our voice.
See, I'm not sure about the body language, how you should do it, but I can tell you why the public speaking thing is important. See, especially I'll take example from my industry. IT industry is a very, it's a very tough, plus it requires a lot of brain and skill is involved. But the only skill which is lacking is the speaking skills, the expression. A developer can give you a very good code, but he cannot explain you how he has written it.
Yes.
It will take him ages. So that's where the problem is. Our client don't understand the developer language. They need us to bridge that. Both know what they are up to, but they don't understand each other's language. So it's important to express and make other person understand what you're trying to convey.
Absolutely. Absolutely correct. Thank you so much. And you've articulated it really well, using a real life example as well. So definitely. Do you want to add something to that, Ms. Anuradha?
Yeah, actually, why it is needed, because basically it gives, yes, obviously, as it suggests, that confidence level will increase, and it will remove all hesitation. So maybe it will help in that. So that's why these both things are needed.
Definitely. Again, absolutely correct. It will definitely remove that hesitation, and like she can be that confident self who will believe in herself and just like ready to try out different things.
Right. So this was introduction to PS skills, right? And coming back. So here, before you start writing what were the body language and voice modulation of the teacher, before that, let me tell you what are the different sections of what were the different segments of this particular section. First, she introduced the game. That was the first thing that she did, and she gave instructions to the learner how to play the game. Then, second one, she demonstrated, right? She demonstrated how to do it. First sentence, I think she did it on herself, by herself. And third was the student and the parent's turn. Now, do not forget to include the parent also, isn't it? Then at the end, she debriefed the game. So what do you think? What was this game about? What does it prove? The sentences were different, emotions were different. What do you think it was trying to prove? Anyone? Vaishali, what do you think? Any guesses? It's absolutely fine. What do you think that what did this game prove?
Proves that more than words, body language speaks.
Ah, yes, absolutely.
Emotion speaks more than words.
Absolutely, yes. So, yes, correct. Yesterday we did the Mehrabian principle. Remember, 738% and 55%. This actually tried to reiterate on that particular point as well. Okay, thank you so much, Vishali. Yes, so yes, this means that more than the words, your expressions are more important. Your voice modulation, your body language is more important. Okay, great. Yes, actions are louder than the words. But that has a different context altogether. Now here, the different sections or segments, you can say, of this particular section of the demo was, first she instructed the game, and then she demonstrated it on herself, and then she tried to involve both the parents and the students to perform. And at the end, she debriefed the whole activity and also asked for the opinion of the parents. Correct? Now you tell me, what was the body language and voice modulation and the other things that the teacher did, which enabled her to build relationship with the student? Let's write down. Okay, body language expressions. Let's complete the sentence. How to attend the parents who do not speak English, or they are hesitant, but they are aspirants that their child should speak in English. Okay. In case if you see that they can read simple English, I love going to school. I think everyone can speak. If they are absolutely from the rural part of our country, in that case, I think the child will also not be placed in this senior demo. I don't think so. Even the child will also not be so proficient in English. And if you find that, okay, the parents are absolutely not proficient in English and the child is very smart, he is very confident in English, and he can be placed in the senior demo, in that case, I would rather tell you to convert it into their language. Say, for example, they are Hindi speaking people. You can tell them, sir, आप कैसे बोलोगे? इसी sentence को आप angry emotion में, आप गुस्से में कैसे बोलोगे? Right? So you can convert it into their regional language, and then you can ask the parent to do that. Okay? Language is never a barrier. Very interactive. Okay, very interactive is an opinion, Nitesh. And making interactive to the parents, okay, involving them. Yes, that's a fact. Reciprocate, that if the teacher is capable of involving and making participate to do the task, she can do to my, okay, yes. Why can't she do to my child? Okay, very good. She was making, okay, Madhura, I think your chat is again stuck. She was making comfortable both the parents. Okay, yes, she was trying to make both the child and the parent comfortable. Very good. Parents have to understand how it will be beneficial for the child, and that is why parents' opinion and activity is also important. Very good. Very nicely written. Involving the parents in the activity, and also at the end asking for their opinion. Why body language do you think is so important? Why voice modulation is so important? Why having confidence is so important? So yes, ask for parents' opinion, and also try to, involve them in the activities. Not all parents will get involved. I agree. All parents are not that open. Okay, I mean, not very open to all these kind of activities, but try at least. Okay. We will see different scenarios also. We will see. Tomorrow, there is a junior demo observation. Just try to compare there. Okay. Okay. Voice, upbeat voice. Niladri says hand gestures. Okay, where did she use hand gestures? You are just writing hand gestures. Where did she use such kind of hand gestures? That you have to tell. Appropriate facial expression. Yes. Why? When she was explaining the instruction, when she was giving the instructions, she had a serious face. But when she was playing the game, she was constantly smiling and laughing. The facial expression completely changed. Why? Because the context changed, isn't it? So according to the context, she was changing her facial expressions also. Okay. Demonstrating her own ability to make the parents realize the power of, yeah, okay, very good. Never gave a gap while conversation was going on, so it holds the connection between them. Yes, very good. Thumbs up and thumbs down. Okay, that was earlier. Child builds more confidence, learns with playful activities, excited when parents were a part of the session. Okay, great. Wonderfully written. Thank you so much. Yes, there were some parts of her body language which were very effective. I felt as if I think she used hand gestures consistently. Like, for example, when she was giving the instructions, like she said, you have to use your, remember I told you to use your eyes, your face, your hands. She showed everything, isn't it? Then I think she clapped her hands when the activity was done by the parents or the child. She clapped in to show the appreciation. Third thing I felt, she had a different kind of facial expression and different places. She constantly had an eye contact also. Apart from this, I believe, okay, so coming on to voice modulation, just see how I'm trying to jot down each and every point. Voice modulation. First, she used different tones when she had to express that excitement. Like when they were showing the angry face, she used that kind of voice modulation where that laugh comes out in your voice. And all throughout, she was very energetic and did not lose her energy even a bit. Other things that she did, the third bucket that I told you to think about, other things that she did was she gave feedback to everyone, not only the student, she gave feedback to everyone. And she said, Tia, as no, her parent, I think, okay, I think that is why Tia said that my parents do not get angry very easily, isn't it? So she gave a subtle feedback to almost all of them. Then she also added humor by saying that, okay, so who gets angry easily? Right. So that was a funny game. Very nice. And there was one another thing that happened in the session, that was taking the child's name often. That's a wonderful way to connect with the child. Take as much as times you call the child, you use her or his name. Then she also asked the student to read aloud, isn't it? Some of the norms and some of the parts, right? Teachers, give me a second, please. Yeah, sorry for the distraction. Yes, so this was all about her body language, her voice modulation, and the other things that she said or did in order to build relationship with the student. So remember, whenever you are watching a video, a particular section, remember to think in this manner. What is she doing? What body language did you like? Okay, where did you find her voice modulation to be the best? Find out those places. What are the other things that she is trying to do in order to connect with the child and make the parents and child comfortable in the class? What other things? Okay, she's using some sentences, isn't it? Okay, so now I can I love the quiver in your voice. Now I think I understand when Tia said that my parents do not get angry easily. Right? So these kind of comments or these kind of conversations will help you build the relationship. Okay. Moving on to the third part, and this is the speech delivery. Here, in the speech delivery, you don't have to make a speech here. You just have to deliver a speech, which you did, I think, on the in the first assessment. You were given a great Greta Thunberg speech, and you gave the same speech on the video. The same thing is here, just that the speech is different over here. Let's see.
So
So this is
basically,
Ovia Singh's
it will help
speech.
in that. So that's
Ovia
why
Singh is a
these
student
both
of
things are
Planet
needed.
Spark.
Tia, and confidence and voice, and you also heard your parents sharing that why are these skills important. What we will be doing right now is we'll be watching playing another game. Okay, where we'll be watching a speech. So ready for game 2?
Yeah.
And I want to remind you, you have 2 lifelines. So in
Yeah.
case you would want to use, you can use that also while playing the game.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So I want you to meet a very similar, student of ours who's just as old as you are right now, 11-year-old Ovia. She's a Planet Spark Star student and India's youngest TEDx speaker. Do you know what is TEDx speaker? Have you? Okay, Tia doesn't know. Do you want to share that, Mr. Agarwal, for Tia? What is TEDx?
TEDx is a platform where you inspire people, where you go and tell about your life journey, how you have made things to successful, and you inspire people. You get a lot of public to reach out to, and it is mainly used to get some fans and the
Yes.
fancy stuff like that.
Absolutely. And to be able to influence also, if I have to add something, to be able to influence large number of people. And as your father mentioned, share about personal journey so that others can also learn, right? So Ovia was also, she had joined Planet Spark as a student who was not as confident earlier, but she gave a TEDx speech in front of a large audience very, very recently, and was featured also. Like, her videos are all over there. If you go and Google, you'll find her also, more about her. So we are going to listen to her speech, and what we will be doing is this part. Can you read out the second instruction? Identify one.
Identify the examples of body language, confidence, voice.
Yes. Okay. So these are the things I want you to actively focus on while you are looking at her speech. Okay. Her body language, confidence, and voice. All right. Okay. So are we ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just leave the speech. Just give me a thumbs up if you are able to hear. Okay. Okay. I think your father has stepped out for a minute.
Yeah, actually, someone is there on the door.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Okay. No worries. No worries. Yeah. Okay. So I'll play the video and he
yeah,
can
sure.
guide us.
Sure.
Okay. Can you hear?
I am holding something fantastic inside my palm right now that may soon go extinct. It has been around for millions of years. It is older even than the dinosaur and is the primary source of food for every single person on this planet. There is no human who hasn't touched or seen it. Any guesses on what it is? Well, you're absolutely correct. It is soil. Now I know you have a lot of questions, like how can soil go extinct and why is an 11-year-old so concerned about soil and not her favorite K-pop artist who is about to drop his next album? Let me tell you something about myself. I've got several talented friends. Some can solve Rubik's Cube pretty fast, some have written and published great books, and some have wonderful YouTube channels.
अभी आया है बिल्कुल
Sorry
latest.
about this. Okay, I think we have watched the main part, so I'll stop playing the video. So yes, Tia, what did you observe when Ovia was performing? Did you think where was she using her body language, which includes hands, face,
Yeah.
eyes, right? How was she confident and how was she using her voice? Yes.
She was confident and she was expressing herself really well.
Mhm.
And she also speaks in a way that no one gets bored.
Yes. So you want to say that she was able to grab everyone's attention.
Yes.
Yeah. And did you see her using her hands? Can you tell me one specific example where she used her hands while speaking?
When she told that soil is important, and why is she caring about 11-year-old is caring about the soil.
Yes.
Soil. So,
And what kind of gesture did she make? Can you show me? Can you just illustrate that for me? She did like this, something like this, right? And for the soil, she also made a fist.
yes.
Yeah. So that was the reason, Tia, what you mentioned, that she was able to grab everyone's attention and that others were not feeling bored. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And do you think she was also using a lot of she was making different expressions?
Yes.
Yes.
She
Okay.
was making different expressions to express herself.
Yes, that's true. So now comes the interesting part where you can, I think over here, so you didn't use your lifeline. You didn't even need to. So that's amazing. So you still have your 2 lifelines with you. Now, there's a challenge here for you, okay? And this is something that you will have to do alone though, okay? Here we can't use lifeline. And the challenge is, can you now give the same speech that Ovia did? Okay. Don't worry, I won't make too tough for you. I will give you the speech. I will give you these lines. But what I want you to do is, what do you think the challenge is about? You have to use?
The challenge is about you have to speak something and express yourself. You have to speak these lines.
Very good. Yes, very smart, Tia. So yes, we have been discussing about hands, eyes, voice, and face, right? So while speaking this speech, you have to use all of that. Okay. If you feel that you will feel more confident by standing up also and reading, that is also fine. And you can see that here, some of the words have been highlighted.
Yes.
Why do you think these words are highlighted?
I think these words are highlighted when we have to give some expression, when we have to give expression.
Okay. So expression and also emphasize, stress on these words. Like how Ovia was doing. I am holding something fantastic. She took longer to speak those words. Yeah. And then there are some faces also that are made. So these are the expressions that Ovia was giving while speaking. Okay. Do you want to try this?
Okay.
Okay. Why don't you do this? Take 30 seconds, read out the sentences so that you know them well, and then you can present it to us.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm holding something fantastic inside my palm right now that may soon go extinct. It has been around for millions of years. There is no human who hasn't touched it or seen it. Any guesses on what is it? Well, you're absolutely correct. It's soil.
Okay, all right. So you have read it or you were preparing? I got confused, sorry.
I am reading it now.
Okay,
I
now
was
you.
preparing now.
All right, all right. Okay. So remember, I think you are doing really well with your voice. You're very natural when you have to give pauses, yeah. But I want you to use more of your hands and give more expressions. Okay? Yes. Come on, let's do it. Yes.
I'm holding something fantastic inside my palm right now that may soon go extinct. It has been around for millions of years. There is no human who hasn't touched it or seen it. Any guesses on what it is? Well, you're absolutely correct. It is soil.
Very good, Tia. Great attempt. Thank you so much. And this time, of course, I saw, that you were using your hands a bit more and also looking directly in the camera while speaking. And also, your voice. Very good. What do you think, both of you, Mr. and Mrs. Agarwal? How did she do?
Yes, definitely. She did very well.
Yeah, she did good.
Yeah.
We've seen this already. Sorry.
Okay. Great. So amazing. I think, Tia, again, something to keep in mind that, right now I know we are in an online setting, but, when you were moving your hands, I was not able to see them clearly. So also ensuring that, how can we ensure that the other person are also able to see our gestures? That's something. But I think I want to emphasize again, great voice modulation. Like you were able to lower your volume or when you had to say something fantastic, then you were able to emphasize the right words. Wherever there was a question mark, you were able to speak in that tone. So I think you used your voice really well. Good job on that. Okay.
Right. So this was the third one, and this is the speech delivery. Now let's write down, take out some time, think, and then write down quickly what happened and how did the teacher conduct this particular activity in the class. No, Jasim, it is not building relationship. And building relationship is not in this link. When we will be having a break, once we are done with the senior demo. It usually takes 2 hours to complete senior demo. Okay. So from 10 to 12. Gave her some time to prepare before imparting. She asked for the parents' opinion first before giving her opinion. Okay. Emphasized how to use hand gestures. She gave feedback on voice modulation. Okay, very good. The video was played to inspire and show how to look up, okay, how they express and talk. It's actually not to inspire, it's to make it's a modeling out, you understand what is modeling out? You're trying to give examples so that the student understands how to do it, right? How they express and talk. The second half, yes, correct. Gave her feedback about voice modulation. Hand movement is very important. Okay, her hand gestures math explanation when, okay, very good. Teachers, now let's be a little more specific and comprehensive. When I asked you to use the 3 buckets, try to use those 3 buckets. Do not write random conversations. Let's write body language, point 1, point 2, or voice modulation, point 1, point 2, and then write other things that she did. Let's organize ourselves also, because if we are organized, we will be making our students also organized, isn't it? Yes, Shonali, please unmute.
Yeah, so over here, what I noticed in the demo, again, like I have given demos, so this is the same thing that we also do over here. Wherever the child is doing the speech part, we notice where she has done it well, and we applaud her for that. And then at the same time, we try to tell her where she can make her improvements. Like she subtly made it very clear to the child, that this is where, she made it try it again. The whole idea for the child to try it again is so that she could use the appropriate body language and the hand gestures and the facial expressions, the way she wanted the child to use it. So she not only applauded the child where she was right, I think it was the tonality bit, if I'm not mistaken, and then where she could use her body language and hand gestures to make the speech even more better. So that's what she was trying to do through the model that she showed. And I guess the child understood that. So when she did it the next time, it was much better. So that was the entire, that's from what I could make out. This was a very important part of the demo for the child. And this is what I felt was the important part.
No. Very good. Yes, thank you so much, Shonali. Yes, most of the points which Shonali has already discussed are some of the points that we need to observe from the teacher's actions, which enabled her to build relationship. First thing, during the whole activity, she nodded constantly to show that she was actively listening to the child. She modeled out first she modeled out OVR speech and how OVR is using gestures. So when she was talking about soil, how did she do? So she made a fist and she had an open hand movement. So she gave those examples, yes. And she also used hand gestures consistently while giving the instructions, use your eyes, face, and all those things. In voice, I think she used different tones to express her excitement as well, and energetic tone again. Other things that she did, she asked very explicit questions. Okay. Like for example, when she was asking that, what hand gestures did you see? Or how did you see Ovia making facial expressions in this particular sentence? So there were very explicit questions in these cases. Apart from this, she also asked follow-up questions, isn't it? Then what else? Like, for example, give me one example. Can you show me how did she do it? All these things. She also invited parents to share their feedback as well. Apart from that, she appreciated Tia for giving the speech at the end, like Shonali ma'am said, of course. And at the end, she also gave feedback to Tia about her speech. So at the end, anyways, after every activity, you have to give feedback to the child. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Shonali ma'am, for sharing that. Yes, Nitin?
I was just wondering, is it a good way to summarize whatever we have done in particular session?
Yes, why not? At the end, you will be.
We have to. Okay.
So before summarizing, I think it will be better. Won't it be better if we can just ask the learner what are her 3 key takeaways, or what are her learnings, her or his, so that they can also think of what they learned from the beginning, isn't it? So yes, you can also summarize. Why not? Okay, thank you. Moving on to the 4th part. So here in the speech activity, she introduced Ovia, showed her speech, asked for child's observations first, and then there was a speech challenge by the child and she shared her feedback at the end. Now, this is the 4th part, writing the speech. I would call it drafting the speech, where you draft the speech using a particular approach. And that approach is ethos, pathos, logos approach, EPL approach. Let's see.
voice modulation, like you were able to lower your volume, or when you had to say something fantastic, then you were able to emphasize the right words. Wherever there was a question mark, you were able to speak in that tone. So I think you used your voice really well. Good job on that. Okay, right. Right. And with this, we have come to our last section. Okay. So Tia, right now, though, I gave you a speech, right? But whenever you have to go out and present on a topic, speak, what do you think you have to do before presenting? I'm giving you a hint. You have to
write something to
Yes.
memorize it and then speak.
Correct. So you have to write a speech, right, to be able to present it. So this is our next and the last section where we will be learning how to write a speech. Okay. And for this part, before I tell you about how we can write an effective speech, there's one challenge for you. So you have 1 minute time, and you have to convince both your parents to buy you a pizza from a new pizza place near you. Okay, so let's assume that a new pizza place has opened near you, and you have to now convince your mom and dad to buy you a pizza. So right now you are going to face towards them and talk to them. Okay, and then I'll ask your parents after 1 minute whether they got convinced or not.
Okay.
All right, let's see how you would do. Okay.
Papa, can we please get vegetable pizza from that new store?
Why?
Because I want to eat pizza.
No, that's okay. But Domino's also give you pizza, right? It's the same pizza at the end of the day.
But it's new. Let's try something new today.
No, but pizza is pizza, right?
But the restaurants are different, so they have their different taste.
But see, if you look at the base is all same. Veggies are all same. Cheese is same. What's the difference between two different shops?
But it's
They're charging more than Domino's.
But it's good to try something new from every store and restaurants. We should try something new.
But you like most the pizza of Domino's?
But I want to try something new today.
I don't think it's a good idea to try.
But let's just try. If we didn't like it, we wouldn't buy it next time.
Okay, I'll leave you choice. Your choice.
But if you didn't like it, then it will be a sheer wastage of money.
But let's just try it. We can just watch.
Right. I think we can pause it. Amazing. Does that usually happen, Tia? Is that like
Every day.
every day? Oh, really?
Rather, every weekend, I should say.
Yeah, this is a story of every weekend.
Amazing, amazing. And what happens every weekend? Like, do you both agree, or what happens?
We don't have a choice.
Okay, well, great. Thank you so much for participating in this activity. I actually enjoyed a lot while listening to both of you. But yeah, so I have a question for both of you now. What do you think would have helped you to, get convinced? Right now, I feel like you were not really extremely convinced with what Tia was saying, but what would have helped for you to, get ready to let her try pizza from the new place?
I would say two things. One can be a unique thing about that particular restaurant. Another is the value which it is providing. If it is giving me a good value, a 8 inches pizza at the price of say 4 or 6 inches, I think I would have gone for it.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. Tia, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Next time you know what to say. Yeah, but don't worry. For next time, I'm going to prepare you really, really well. Okay. So thank you so much once again for trying it out. And let's see that how can we convince your parents next time, So first of all, I have to say, Tia, you really tried a lot and never gave it up. So that's very good. But let's understand that, how can we be very, effective in the way we are saying, and what is it that we can tell our parents? Yeah. So we are going to now learn how to write a speech to convince someone. And for that, I would want you to remember these 3 words. Very important, okay? The first one is, can you read it out?
Ethos, develop trust.
Yes. So ethos means developing trust. What your father also mentioned, that if, you could have told about something unique about that pizza place, then it would have been helpful. So something to develop trust. What is second?
Pathos, appeal to emotion.
To emotion, yes. Like whenever you want to convince someone, we have to also make them happy about it, right? So here's the part where we will try to make your parents happy. Yeah. So that is the second part. And what's the third one?
Logos, proof.
Proof. What do you mean by proof?
The proof which you gather that that particular restaurant is there or.
Yeah. Something, to again giving a very logical, good reason, so that they get convinced that, okay, now Tia is, she has given me a very good reason. I can't find a reason to say no. So I'll get convinced. Yeah. Don't worry. We are going to understand this in a bit more detail again with a pizza story. But right now we will try to see how we could have used ethos, pathos, and logos to convince your parents for the pizza. Okay. All right. So ethos is about developing trust. What do you mean by trust?
Trust a bond which you create so they believe in you.
Yes, it's about creating that belief, right? Very good. Now, let's assume you have to, convince, again, same situation, you have to convince them to buy pizza from a new place. What will help you, develop trust so that your mom and dad think that, this pizza place sounds really good, we should try it? What do you think we can say?
We can say that like it has good reviews
Very good.
and it's low in price than the other restaurants.
Very good point. Yeah, I loved it. Yes. And very similar, something we had also written, right? So good reviews means many people have tried it.
Yes.
Yeah. Even when we are buying something, we always try to see what are the reviews, right? So we can talk about that. Yes, it has good reviews. One more thing that we can use is that this pizza store is new right now here, but it has shops all over the India and it offers really good pizzas. Yeah. And when you say this, now your mom and father are thinking for a minute that, oh, okay, it has good reviews. It is there all around. Your mom had said one statement, right? That what if it is not good? Then it will waste, say, money, time, and resources, right? So in that way, if you could have added, that, no, it has great reviews, then she would have thought, oh, actually not just Tia, but many other people are saying it is good. Yeah. So that is how we develop trust. Okay. Did you understand this part?
Yes.
Yeah. Great. But I loved how you mentioned about reviews. Very good point, Tia. Very smart thinking. Yeah. Now let's come to the second point, which is pathos. Now imagine that, it's already 9 p.m. and there's no food ready at home and you want to convince them to buy pizza. What do you think you can say that will make your parents happy and also convince them to buy pizza?
I think that I'll try to convince my mom by saying that she'll not have to make dinner for us and we can order pizza so it will be easier for you.
Yeah, and you can say that your mom and dad would be thinking, what am I teaching you? This is just for example, Tia. Okay, don't have to follow to this.
But yeah, already are using these examples sometimes.
Oh, oh really?
Yeah.
You already know how to use
so you can take rest. We can have dinner from outside.
Wow, see, you already know to write a Great. But yes, so now this is something we are trying to make them happy and that they will think that, oh, Tia cares about us and she's saying that we will get some rest. She doesn't have to cook food at night. She can also take some time off. And when you also say that I love pizza and I really want to have it, it will make me happy. So of course they would also want you to be happy, right? So yes, so this is pathos. Great. And last one, logos. What do you think we can say here for proof? You remember you said proof is something that will help them again know that, yes, this is a pizza to buy and they'll get convinced.
Yes.
So what proof do you think we can give?
Maybe because it's healthy.
Okay. But pizzas are usually unhealthy. So what more can you say to make it sound like it is healthy?
That it has really good vegetable toppings on it.
Yes, very good, right? So now you are giving a good reason that why it is healthy, right? So usually, why do our parents say not to eat from outside? Because it is usually unhealthy, right? It is not good for our health.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm no way telling you to eat more pizza, by the way. I want to clarify that. But yes, this is the reason. This is the reason they are worried or they are saying no usually, right? So what we can say is we can give them a good reason that this pizza had lot of toppings and they have like toppings like broccoli, cheese, things that are healthy. So it's just a healthy pizza also and a tasty one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is your what is it?
Logos.
Yes. Okay, so let's quickly revise. I think you have got it already, but I want you to say it in your own words. That what are the three parts of a speech, in terms of how we can convince the other person really well. So what is the first
Yeah, extremely sorry. I had a call. So yes, this was the fourth part, and this was drafting of the speech. What did you understand over here? So let's quickly brief it in short. Here we had a structured approach towards understanding how to write and how to draft a speech. Correct? Before starting the activity or before learning how to draft the speech, we started with a role play so that the child and the parent, they can test their prior knowledge. How can you convince each other for a pizza, isn't it? So first thing that she did was she tried to check prior knowledge. She engaged the child and the parent in an activity, and then finally she introduced the EPL approach. Again, the kind of questions that were asked here and the kind of approach which was followed here was totally, I mean, it was child-centric, and to make the learner brainstorm, think, and then learn a particular thing. Because, if you give everything, the whole context in the beginning to the child, the mind does not work. The thinking does not happen. That thinking, to stimulate that thinking process within the child, we try to first check the prior knowledge, try to have this kind of a role play, and then we can have, the introduction towards the EPL approach, and then you can explain the EPL approach by a pizza story. Now, this is your final showcase. Yes, the topic was very relevant to the child and the parents. Convince the point with facts and proofs in convincing and connecting voice tone. Explaining the child with example. Okay, this was the previous one. Great. Now, this is the final showcase. Very simple, very understandable. Let's watch.
Okay, so let's quickly revise. I think you have got it already, but I want you to say it in your own words. That what are the three parts of a speech, in terms of how we can convince the other person really well. So what is the first part?
Ethos.
Ethos. And in the pizza story, you use which example or which point to show ethos?
That it's a good pizza and there are good reviews.
Correct. Good reviews. Very good. Okay. Second one is?
Pathos.
Pathos. And what do you think you can use here? Making happy. How can we make them happy?
We can convince them that they'll not have to work.
Yeah. And they can rest. Yeah. Great. Okay. And the third one?
The third one is logos.
Okay. And what can we say here?
We can say here that it's healthy and it has a lot of vegetable toppings.
Yes, very good. So now I know that you have understood all three parts really well. And now is the last chance for you to use your lifeline, Tia. Okay. So this is the part where all three of you can participate and help Tia. Or both of you can participate and help Tia. So now you saw Ovia speaking, right? And she really was passionate about soil. So she wanted to convince everyone that we should all care about soil and do good actions that will help save soil. Yeah? Now, I want you to pick a topic of your choice, and maybe you can take help from your parents also, and develop your own speech that you will present here using ethos, pathos, and logos. Yeah? Do you want to quickly think about a topic? It could be anything.
Global warming.
Global warming. Oh, so you also care about climate change and everything, it seems like? Yeah? All right. Okay. So global warming, and I will keep these questions for you to help. So that these guiding questions for you. Let's take 3 minutes. Okay. And let's come up with ethos, pathos, and logos. On, you have to talk about global warming and you want to tell people a message, maybe to save the environment, so that global warming stops or at least reduces. So you have to convince them, right? So you can take 3 minutes, take help from your parents. If you want, you can write down your points also, and then we'll present after 3 minutes.
Right. So this was the senior demo, the final showcase. 1 second. Yes. What is this? What have you sent me? Action required, important actions. Let me check. Wajid, what is that? Senior demo observation, debriefs, reschedule session, introduction to PS and journey of the teacher. That is, yeah, that deadline is passed already. That was on the first day. I mean, tomorrow. Sorry, yesterday. What has happened to me? It was yesterday, no? You have to complete it yesterday itself. And in case, so are you talking about, it shows that you have missed senior demo observation? No, it doesn't show that you have missed your senior demo observation. Rather, it says you have missed your earlier one. That is yesterday's. Okay, in case others are also seeing that, I'll share it with the team. So don't worry. Okay, it's showing miss, no, but you did not miss it. No worries. It's okay. Yes, Begum Priyal, yes.
Like here she is using that EPL technique, no, ethos, pathos, and logo. Like
Yes.
for example, it all depends upon the topic also. In case we are giving a different topic, we can also use different technique rather than EPL technique.
I don't think so.
For marketing.
What is the different technique that you would like to introduce here?
No, I have to explore the techniques, but I feel that this EPL is for something like marketing a product or for a company or something. It may be suitable, like for buying a pizza or buying something else. Like we choose some other topic. This EPL may not be suitable. Shall we choose some other technique, or is there a hard and fast rule that we are going to do this?
Okay, even if it is not a hard and fast rule, if you have another approach in your mind, then let me know. Then I can probably tell you whether that approach can be used or not.
No, I was just wondering, like, can we use some other technique of like rather than this ethos?
Only if it is acceptable. Or
Like we are giving a different. In case of a
no,
different.
first tell me, do you have a different approach as of now? No.
No, right now I don't have anything in my mind. I
Great.
just wanted.
Now, let me make you understand every speech that we give or anything that we speak, it includes our experiences. Ethos is something that shares your experiences. Even if you are talking about any topic, you give me any topic. I will use ethos, pathos, and logos.
Logo.
Yes. And logic does not always mean proof, hard proofs or hard evidences. It's not necessary to give hard evidences every time. Okay. Give me a second, teachers.
Logo. Can we use something else? Like, for example, the soil conservation of
Give me
global.
a second, please. Give me a second. I need to get a call. Wait.
Definitely.
Teachers, okay. I think I have got a very important call. Let's take a break for 15 minutes. We have already finished off with the senior demo observation. I don't want to waste your time. So let's come back. It's already 12:13. Let's come back at 12:30. Will that be fine? Okay, great. Thank you. And Begum Priyal, we'll have a word regarding this in the later half. Okay. Thank you.